Jason Kay here from the marketplace. I just wanted to do this hopefully short video just to respond to a question I get asked many times. So one of the most commonly asked questions is, what's the secret to winning tenders, to getting more work? And really I want to say there isn't a secret. Okay, there is no secret. If you think about tenders and the very nature of them, a number of people, a number of organisations, often an unlimited number of organisations, are being asked to bid for that work. So, you know, I've actually had tenders returned to me with 120 something responses. Frightening, massive amount of work, really difficult to differentiate and compare that many responses. And sometimes you might only get one. So, you know, really, it varies. Now, if you think about it, there are too many factors which are out of your control when you're bidding for tenders. You know, so you're not in control of the number of people, how many you're competing with. You're not in control of who you're competing with. So, for instance, there might be a company who is far more efficient, lower cost, and with a fantastic reputation, and a full team of people to do every little aspect of that delivery and back office, and they're going to be able to pretty much win you every time. You know, so you're not in control of who bids, and you're not in control of their bid strategy. And what I mean by that is whether they're bidding to win the work no matter what. You know, they may see this as a loss leader. They may want to outprice you or other competition in the area to have a detrimental effect on your business, or they may really want to work with this organisation for another reason, and such as they might see it as an into one of their other companies or branches or whatever. So there's a number of reasons, and you're not in control of that, and sometimes you will never win the tender. No matter what you do, no matter what you put, you will not win that tender. Okay. And then, of course, there's the problem of some tenders being almost predetermined, you know, and as much as I hate to say it, that sometimes is the case, you know. Certainly in the public sector, and shoot me down for this if you're in the public sector, if you will. I'm vastly experienced in the public sector, and I've seen many times organisations, because they have to follow the procurement regulations, they have to open it out to open competition. They'll very often, or sometimes, let's not say very often, they'll sometimes have almost decided, or certainly have decided on the company they want to win. It may be a company they're working with already, and the reverse is possible as well. They often will decide who they absolutely do not want to win, because of previous experience or people or whatever, various reasons. So it's not a foolproof system. So you have no control over that. You're never going to know whether that's the case or not. So you know you're shooting down a blind alley to an extent. But somebody's going to win it. It may well be you. So absolutely never going to suggest you don't bid for work. Now, if you think about it, the best opportunity for you to win tenders, where you will probably win 98% of tenders you submit or contracts you bid for, is where there's only one person bidding, and that's you. Quite simple, isn't it? It's not difficult, you know. The more you can narrow the competition down and remove the competition from that buying decision, then the more chance you've got of winning it. Okay, so there's less chance of somebody putting in a low price, there's less chance of somebody having a strategic reason for bidding for that contract, less chance of a better, people don't like to think of the other companies as better, but let's say a more suited company, or deemed more suitable company would probably be better, deemed by the buyer. The more you can discourage all that and take that out of the equation, the better chance you've got of winning the contract. So, how can we do this? Well, within the tender field, there really isn't much opportunity to do that. Or if any, there is no opportunity to do it. Certainly in public sector tenders. In the private sector tender field, then private sector businesses ask those to bid that they want to bid. So there generally won't be lots and lots of bidders. There might be 2 or 3 bidders, 4 maybe at the most generally. So the competition is narrowed down a lot. Okay. Problem is those opportunities are not advertised. You know, you're never going to get into those opportunities unless they know you and like you to an extent, or know of your company and so on. So it is the old saying of it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's certainly very, very true of the private sector market. Okay. So any private business giving work out can choose who the hell they want to give the work to. From a private business's point of view, you know, for us, you know, that's great. We can choose who we work with. Unfortunately, that doesn't help the people who want to work with us who we're not interested in talking to, or we don't. More importantly, we don't know exist is often the case. So a way around that, okay, and this is an absolute diamond of a way to ensure that you have access to leads, new business leads that are never going to be advertised publicly and will be known about by very few people and have very low competition. So how can you do that? Well, you can do that by thinking out of the box, and by thinking out of the box using our planning database. Now, I've just written today a blog post on it, so if you go to our website you can read that blog post. It's not a long one, it's self-explanatory. The web address is the-marketplace.com, okay? And if you just go to the news page from the website, you'll actually see all of our blog posts on there as well. So basically, the way to use planning is to think about people who may need your service. So the example one of the examples I give is in the blog is conservatories. So if you were to search for conservatories, you'll find thousands of listings of people who've had conservatories fitted in the last 10 years or so. So our database on planning goes back 8 to 10 years. So you can look at stuff historically as well as stuff that's live now. Okay. So if you looked back 10 years and said, right, okay, who's had a conservatory 10 years ago? So the chances are that that conservatory might be, you know, looking a bit shabby now, bits of it might have broken, it'll look dated and old, and the owners may well be looking or be in the market for a new conservatory. They may not have even thought about it yet, but actually you approaching them might actually get them thinking about having a new conservatory. So if you supply conservatories, they're a great source of leads. Okay. Say you supply reflective film for conservatory roofs. There's another example. You might be a plumber who could look for conservatories, and this time of year we're in now, in autumn, it's took a real cold snap. Most conservatories will be out of use for the next few months because you know what they're like in the winter, they're freezing cold, and in the summer they're boiling hot. So as great as they seem, then they're not that practical. So as a plumber, you might want to approach people with conservatories and offer to install them a radiator so they can use the conservatory all year round. You might be an electrician who can offer to put in an electric heater for the same reason. They can use the room all year round. I saw a post the other day, a guy who specialises in insulating and boarding and plastering, basically making it into a traditional style roof, plastered roof, in conservatories. Now, that's a cracking idea because it keeps the heat in, so you don't lose the heat in the winter, and it keeps the sun out in the summer from coming through the roof, and it's a more pleasant experience, and you can use it, all year round. Now, again, the conservatory listing is invaluable. Thousands of leads for people who are working that. You might be a furniture provider, you can provide furniture for it. You might be a window cleaner who could specialise or offer a service to clean conservatory roofs, because you know how crappy and green and dirty they get with all the rain and the rubbish falling on. So there's another opportunity. So just that one searching for conservatories actually is so powerful for lots of different people. So I'm not going to go on too much. We have recruiters who use the system to look for change of use into offices, for example, and they know that when the office is built, then they're likely to want to be recruiting staff. So what they'll do is they've got a number of months, 3-6 months before that need materialises. So what they'll do is they'll make contact with the people who's having the office, who's doing it, and start to build a bit of a relationship, because there's the old adage of know, like and trust is very true. So as these people are not going to be advertising their opportunities out, make contacts with them, start to build a relationship. You don't have to give it the hard sell. There should be no selling. All you should be doing is building a relationship and letting them know what value you can deliver to them by having a one-to-one, meeting for a coffee, and just keeping in touch with them. And then when the time comes and they're sat there thinking, right, okay, who am I going to use to do this, or to supply us with new staff, we're going to have to recruit. Oh, I know. So I met a few months back. You know, I get on really well with them. I'll give them a call and they can have a look at our recruitment for us, or you know, we've got a recruiter, but we could do with a comparison. Let's get another quote. You know, let's go to the person we met a few months ago. So there's loads of ways to use it, but it is an early warning system for sales leads. It is not a buy now opportunity. It is a right, gently, let's build a relationship. These are all opportunities. Of course, unless you're looking at conservatories, you know, historical listings, then that can be an actual pretty quick instant sale as well. So there's loads of ways to use it. So the secret ingredient to winning more work is to think out of the box, go to our planning database and have a think about how you could use it. If you're not sure, drop us a message below on the video and let us know what you do, and I'll give you some ideas on how we can use it. There's the odd, you know, there's the odd one, odd profession we might not, you know. I was going to say funeral directors, you know, but actually thinking about it, if somebody's putting in a care facility, you know, people's home, sheltered housing accommodation, over 50s place or whatever, what a great place to get leads for funerals. So yeah, hey, there's loads of opportunities. So I'm not going to go on anymore, but so in answer to the question, there is a secret ingredient, but it's not what you think. It's brand new, it's unique, it's the marketplace one-stop shop. Go to the website, the-marketplace.com, and got any questions, drop us a comment or give us a ring. Thanks a lot. Jason Kerr from The Marketplace.